Yeah. This is your boy Skino back for another episode of Free Play Radio. That was your guy Pussy with God Willing, produced by Don Bailey. But today I have a wonderful, talented guest in the building, Mashawn Anji. How are you feeling today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm feeling real good. How was your day today?
It was pretty solid. Just got work done. Just trying to stay focused on the grind as always.
Right.
How you doing?
I'm pretty good actually. I always look forward to doing these interviews. This is actually our first time meeting, so I always look forward to meeting new artists and just new creatives and just humans, honestly.
Yeah.
So this is a beautiful platform for me to even just do that. So I'm grateful for it. So
Thank you for bringing the human interaction
Yeah.
because I've been missing it.
no, definitely. So you are an artist, right? So
Yes.
slash producer.
Yes.
But as far as like the artistry and being a MC, what brought you to that? And also like where are you from? Like let's like kind of like start there as far as where's you from and what brought you to music.
Yeah. I'm Berkeley born, Oakland based. Grew up South Berkeley, raised
Okay.
around East Oakland all my life. I got into music just by the grace of having older siblings and older cousins who just, brought me that classic, the good old hip hop and R&B and jazz and funk. My parents, having classic albums. My grandparents having solid records in the library in the living room. Bring the family together, just playing all that good stuff. So I just, grew up just steadily keeping my ear to what was on the radio at the time when I was a kid. My sister, you know, interning for radio stations and whatnot, and just listening to her play her albums when I was little, stealing some of her albums
Yeah.
when I was little. I just always been a huge fan of music. I started off listening to like Pac and Tribe Called Quest
Okay.
and Eve and
Okay,
whatnot,
Eve.
and Lauryn Hill and the Fugees, and it just went on, and I just went everywhere. Wu-Tang, and the list goes on and on. Hieroglyphics, all of that.
Right. Okay. You mentioned Eve. I feel like a lot of people overlook Eve and
man.
her impact in the music industry.
Oh yeah. She's the epitome of like a sophisticated, hardcore, just straight raw artist. Like she don't need to do a lot to catch people's attention.
Right. Okay.
Period. And I've always loved her sound.
Yeah, no, I definitely think Eve had an impact, even like before, let's say like Lil Kim. Like I'm 29. Like Lil Kim was like a little before my time. So like when DMX and the Rough Riders actually was at the top of their game, like Eve was like the first introduction to like a female woman MC, and I'm grateful for that. But we're talking about you today. So how's your recording process, and how do you use your like the influences that you did grow up listening to, and how do you apply that?
My process with recording, it usually just starts with me making sure that whatever I have down for a verse is at least like well mapped out in my head or well rehearsed. So I try to make sure that I have something that I could come into that I could build off of. But I start off writing in a notepad. I still write on paper.
Okay.
That's something that I try to stick to doing, because it's just like, I don't know, for some reason I just feel better getting it out on paper, and I feel like I'm more effective. And so after I do that, I'll take a picture of it and I'll record off my phone. Sometimes I don't want to hear the pages turn when I'm
Yeah.
recording. Sometimes I do.
Yeah.
But a lot of times I found that to be like a really cool creative process. And then other times, I can start off with a hook, or I can just start off with a concept, and I'll build off of that. I'll even build off of name of beats that I get from other producers, and I'll build a whole concept off of that too.
Off the title. No, I get you. That's an interesting concept as far as like the writing process, when you actually, because when you write it, it's a little more fluid. Like you may have like your mistakes, but it's a little more fluid instead of the typing. So that's interesting. I've actually never heard of anyone doing that.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's
pretty cool.
I think that's
I encourage everybody to do it.
yeah, no, that's definitely an interesting concept. And if you don't mind, I'm definitely gonna bring that to the artists I work with. Like, it'll be a little more fluid. But
Yeah.
you have a record here. It's called "Be a Problem." I was going through your catalog over the last couple of days. Can you tell me a little bit about the concept behind this record and what it means to you to be a problem?
Okay. Shout out to Moneymaker.
Okay.
Moneymaker is the producer. She's also a woman.
Okay. It's
Um,
beautiful.
we produced some stuff together, and she's super raw. She's worked with some other pretty dope artists. You feel me? But Be a Problem is it's a ode to history of the people who like took action in Oakland. It was a tribute to the Black Panther Party. It was a tribute to, just straight up, black leaders, who maintain community and the black neighborhoods and whatnot. And I take it to heart when I see somebody having to leave, because I came up, growing up with my cousins and being able to spend time with them, and I started to notice a change when I got to around 8 years old, and I saw people trying to change the narrative of what it means to be a Bay Area cat. So I wanted to make sure that I made a song and also experimented with, because I don't usually make a lot of songs that sound like that, but I make sure that when I do make songs like that, it got a message and it slapped. And so I'm grateful for Moneymaker. I'm grateful for being able to grow up in such rich areas that's rich in culture and rich in game, and I just wanted to tie that into paying homage to the people who made our identity what it is. So yeah, and just shout out to Jaleel Montekeem. He's I don't know if you saw the video, but he is the person who I gave my nod to in the video. He's a former member of the Black Panther Party. And he just recently came home after serving a 50-year sentence, nearly 50-year sentence, and he's still doing the work. Yeah.
I heard of him and his story.
Yeah. So it's just a history of all of that, good Oakland love, that good Bay Area love.
Okay, for sure. Well, let's get into it. Cheyenne G, Be a Problem.
Ayo, Moneymaker, run that bell.
I don't wanna throw my hustle, that might be a problem. Fools mistake me for a sucker, that might be a problem. Moving different with a team, that might be a problem. Come from grimy, talk that clean, that might be a problem. Partners lacing up with game, that might be a problem. G slapping while they scrape, that might be a problem. New agenda, same persona, that might be a problem. Cut you off if you drama, that's gonna be a problem. Nothing to lose now, about to ride this out. Knocking heads left and right, bring the profile out. Then you slick, breaking codes, or you big foul. Blow the whistle, that's 5, rock that bench now. Circle tighten up, pulling out the chairs. Check my temp, here's something y'all wanna hear. This for the ones who talk they talk, cause they done seen a lot. Watching ball out, act a fool in the parking lot. Used to dribble with a ball down Sack Street. Still link with partners, spitting up at Ashby. Hopping off the 18th down to 40th. Go a little further west, peep the scraper bike kid. Get swooped by the homie, hit one in the 80s. Whiplash by your staying fast lane crazy. Hopping off a mag, knotting up the fallen soldiers. Grind mode on for the info, I thought I told you. I'm the one up on my hustle, that may be a problem. Fools mistake me for a sucker, that may be a problem. Moving different with a team, that may be a problem. Come from grimy, talk that clean, that may be a problem. Partners lacing up with game, that may be a problem. G slapping while they scrape, that may be a problem. New agenda, same persona, that may be a problem. Cut you off if you drama, that's gonna be a problem. Cold hearts here, got too many when I'm folded. Going for nothing but Benjis, had them dummies choking. Many plotting on their sleeving where we bred at. Got it hella twisted, but it's where they get they cred at. Action on the stack, even when we post it up. Peep a new game for you think to even boast at us. So switched up, you think I'm restarting. Tough to run through like the beard on James Harden. You want that simple, then please look beyond me. Skills beyond sharp, cut through fake beef beyond me. I have no mercy, my bad if it's haunting. I flame the dusty like rockets are launching. Man, I go Laura Croft on these fools. Long kiss goodnight, Gina Davis on these fools. You got, I got no mercy, the hunger's nothing new. I'ma have Alaska going stupid on these fools. I'm the one up on my hustle, that may be a problem. Fools mistake me for a sucker, that may be a problem. Moving different with a team, that may be a problem. Come from grimy, talk that clean, that may be a problem. Partners lacing up with game, that may be a problem. G slapping while they scrape, that may be a problem. New agenda, same persona, that may be a problem. Cut you off if you drama, that's gonna be a problem.
Hey, slump. Yeah, slime, yeah, slime, Hey, I've been at it for so long. Had to wait my hunt, no it take time. Had my back against the wall. Had to hang tight, slang late night. Put my heart in these songs. Now we take flight with the cake ride. Cross the world, that's the stage line. Disrespect, we don't take. Like, how you saying that you love me, but you lie? Belly eat a beam, we glide. My little nigga make you die. No care, hard, but along they ride. And you know what's on my side. Big low, with a big 4-5. Never blow, I'm just humble and wise. Gotta stay fly, I beat the eye. We gon' slide in the X6, or Ben Tate Acre. I got the fame, they think it's a game. I ball like Lakers. I had to chase my dreams. I can never be a hater. Yeah, we gon' slide in the coupe, blowing right past you like I'ma see you later. Slime, slap, beat the eyes ain't easy. Ain't give them money, so they call me greedy. Niggas hating, yeah, they wanna be me. Niggas jocking, yeah, they want me to teach them. And I feel unstable, cause I'm overthinking. Say I'm the best, but I still stress. I pray to God for breathing. And I'm still cope with this pain, so dope. Now I got the fame. They try to say that I wouldn't make it. Looked up, I'm the one that they blame. 1,000 people when I walk on stage. 4-5, yo, we let it go bang. And I keep the hammer on me, just in case. Gotta give him this flame. This is my moment. Gotta stay focused, yeah. All these Glocks a nigga told, don't make me blow it, yeah. From the hood, you know I'm golden. If a nigga try to play, we gon' dome it. I remember being broke, your chopper left his ass atrocious. I've been at it for so long, had to wait my hunt, no it take time. Had my back against the wall, had to hang tight, slang late night. Put my heart in these songs. Now we take flight, get the cake right. Cross the world, that's the stage line. Disrespect, we don't take. Like, how you saying that you love me, but you lie? Belly eat a beam, we glide. My little nigga make you die. No care, hard, but along they ride. And you know what's on my side. Big low, with a big 4-5. Never blow, I'm just humble and wise. Gotta stay fly, I beat the eye. They say, he 21, doing his thing. They can't interfere, getting his way, cause he is the wave. He do not play, yeah. All about his family, Lord is his savior. I buy that bakery for my mama, invest for them commas. I try my best to stay out of drama. Nigga play, catch line, okay. I buy protection, fill it with water. My diamonds like aqua. They used to laugh at me like, ha, now I'm king like Mufasa. I've been at it for so long, had to wait my hunt, no it take time. Had my back against the wall, had to hang tight, slang late night. Put my heart in these songs. Now we take flight, get the cake right. Cross the world, that's the stage line. Disrespect, we don't take. Like, how you saying that you love me, but you lie? Belly eat a beam, we glide. My little nigga make you die. No care, hard, but along they ride. And you know what's on my side. Big low, with a big 4-5. Never glow, I'm just humble and wise. Gotta stay fly, I beat the
Yeah, we back. Free Play Radio. Shout out All In Radio. Burns in the building. That was Rio 900. Ride along. Make sure you go follow him. Go check out his music. But today we got Cheyenne G in the building. How you feeling?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm pretty good. So I got to get to it. What keeps you motivated when it comes to like pursuing this dream? Like what gets you out the bed in the morning and say, because I know for some artists, sometimes we do feel like, you know, packing it up and just kind of being like, you know, but what keeps you going?
I remember when I went from being told, hey, stick to open, to being told, hey, keep going.
Yeah.
And I've consistently got that. I've experienced, you know, building with people who have believed in me, and even if it kept going or if it ended, they still rooted for me. They still believe in me. So it's really that. And then just looking at success stories of other people who have been going super, super long. And then, you know, because they stay consistent, they finally got to a place where they wanted to be in their careers. I was recently listening to this D-Smoke interview. If you don't know, D-Smoke is the artist who run Rhythm and Flow, that Netflix rap competition.
He won the competition, right?
Yeah, he won the competition. That dude is ridiculous. He does everything. He produces, he plays instruments, he's bilingual. He could rhyme in English or Spanish, like at the same time. Like if you translate his rhymes, not only do they rhyme in Spanish, but when you translate them into English, they also rhyme too. Like he's that crazy.
Wow.
Like I've been studying that dude for a minute. But you know, stories like him, stories like Freddie Gibbs, you know, it's just like not everyone is going to get to where they want to be at a specific time, and sometimes you'll even get discouraged when you don't make it past a certain age in your life where you want to do something. But it's something about when you get those subtle reminders and somebody comes up to you and they're like, hey, you built for this.
Yeah.
You built for this. Like, please keep going. And I'm just like, okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I hear you.
So you mentioned the community.
Yeah.
Who were some of your biggest influences personally that you grew up with that you can name?
Aside from my family, of course.
It could be creative personally, or just somebody. It could be somebody in your family, because I feel like those tell the greatest stories. Is like someone that was actually like present in your life.
Oh yeah, they at the top. My family's at the top, especially my parents, my grandparents, my sisters, my cousins who I grew up watching. All of them had rap careers too. When they were younger too. I saw some videos of them spitting. I'm like, okay, that's where I get it from.
Yeah.
Got it.
So essentially, you were built for this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Watching them, I had great examples, but I also have family members who were musicians. I found out that my grandfather was a musician. He played, I believe, the trumpet. And so I'm just like, music is just in me, whether it's live or poetic. It's just in me. But then also, when I started really taking this seriously, I've acquired some OGs in the game, some people who I look up to who showed me how to like really do it, how to, thoroughly like, practice your craft. Shout out to New Decades, Ryan Nicole and KEV. And shout out to Coco Payla, Dom Jones, Matt Lyons, Talia Taylor, so many people who I can't I can't name all of them right now. There's so many of them who took me under their wings. Aisha Fukushima, like everybody, like they all had a hand into building me up to be the person that I am, and to even continue to work on being the person who I want to be. But I am finally at a place where I do feel more comfortable with the craft that I am steadily maintaining and regulating, because I've had those great examples in my life, and I will continue to stay tapped in with them because they've always looked out for me. And so I want to be able to do the same for people who are starting out, and even the people who I cross paths with, and we are on the same path or different, we're on different paths, but we're on different phases, and we both are kind of like at that same time signature where we're trying to like get somewhere. And it's like, hey, let's exchange let's exchange information, let's exchange the knowledge, let's build together, because we're better united than divided.
No, definitely. I appreciate that, because I feel like when we talk about the influences like outside of our families, like we don't necessarily look internally into like who we really are, because I mentioned my love for music, and it's my cousin Troy LLF that we do the radio show together. But I think about how his dad had like a big collection of like cassettes, and it was just so fascinating to me. But it was like that was my biggest influence. It was like my family, not the rapper or the entertainer on TV. It was literally the person that was present. So I'm glad you answered with that, because that is really the truth. Sometimes it's like internally is like the family is really like the real upbringing.
Yeah, a lot of the people who I named, they were definitely people who always stayed consistently in contact with me. I even got teachers who put me onto some albums, you feel me? Because they saw what I was doing, and they was like, okay, here, check this out. I feel like you can pull from that, and then come back. I'm going to throw some more music on your USB. Because at the time when I was in high school, we had USB.
No, okay.
But it really goes back that far, like my love with this. And I'm still tapped in with, a lot of those teachers and a lot of those mentors. And, I want to learn from them to not only be a good mentee and be a good product of, the game that they have passed on to me, but also how to just pass it on. Just pass it on, because, it's important out here. The arts is important. The arts help to navigate. They help to motivate.
And it's therapy, too.
It's therapy. Emphasis on therapy. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. But I want to get into another record of yours. It's called From Now On. It's off your EP, The Reset. Can you tell me a little bit about this record and how it came about?
So, The Reset was dropped in 2019. That was a residency project that I did with my good folks over at Remix Your Life. They are a youth artist label with NYR Media, formerly known as Youth Radio.
Okay. I know about Youth Radio.
Yeah, so me and Moneymaker, we also grew up in the Remix Your Life platform, and she was one of the people who I tapped in with to, you know, build out this project. And so we both put our heads together and we co-produced this.
Okay.
So this is definitely one of the favorites as far as the reviews that I've gotten from people who have listened to it. I've also been able to be graced with the opportunity to have this project featured on KQED and East Bay Express. Shout out to them. I appreciate them so much. I was able to open for Cypress Hill after, releasing
beautiful.
this
Blessings.
project. Yes.
And it's like you never know what will come about.
Yes. And
when you focused.
yeah, the concept behind the reset, I would love to go into it, like it's the beginning of my healing trilogy, because before that I dropped a project that kind of explained how I just needed to take a minute to step away from everything that was not healthy for me. And then I got into this because I really needed to hit a reset, and I started thinking about all of the sources that have created who Cheyenne G is today. So my sisters, my parents, my grandparents, my cousins, my experiences growing up, in schools and whatnot, people, sliding me music to study, going to shows and studying how people perform, all of that mixed into one. So this was a very big moment for me in the first project of the healing trilogy.
Okay, that's beautiful. I really enjoy your explanations.
Thank you.
So let's get into it. From now on, Cheyenne G off the Reset EP. Can you let the people that's watching know where they can find you on social platforms?
Yes. At Cheyenne_G, that is at SHYAN_G, and then you can also tap into my website, CheyenneGmusic.com. That's all together.
Alrighty, let's get into it. From now on, Cheyenne G.
Hey, Shy, where the heat at?
Reset.
Ayo, Moneymaker, run that bell.
If I don't do nothing else right, I bet I will with living. I'm glad I took the risk I took, or else I would be slipping. Sometimes I feel like everybody's target, but they missing. But only time will tell how long they clips will empty in. All these slips of paper show how much I put my pen in. But most of y'all can't see how much I put my own 2 cents in. I'm way past that age for anyone to say they made me. Been loyal for too many times, they never even pay me. I'll take any bond that's thicker than the blood that drained me. Not everybody's solid, even if you walk the same streets. I ain't a house name, but bound to be, and you can't stand it. I chose my own hustle instead of please you, and you frantic. Sometimes you gotta close the book and make your own commandments. My plane of plans ain't take off, you already thought it landed. There's no detour to the prize, 15 minutes, but who ran it? Always 1K in this thing, you understand it? I'm running on the fuel you ain't used to. You speeding past the zone that I cruise to. And can't nobody tell me what I can't do. Fam over everything, we guarding all our best moves. Running on the fuel you ain't used to. You speeding past the zone that I cruise to. And can't nobody tell me what I can't do. Fam over everything, we guarding all our best moves. I'm transcribing this hate talk into pep talk. I'm trying to hit these roads and I ain't choosing to step off. Don't throw me any poems that's gonna make me turn my depth off. Just throw me on the mics and best believe me, I'ma set it off. You come from where I come from, you targeted more than normal. Only thing that always kept me sane was filling up these journals. And I can cook it up with or without that. I'm bossing up in my own way, and trust me, you can't top that. Look, bro, I lost a couple pins in the court case. Lost an apartment cause I lived with scammers acting fake. Got fired cold and still denied my unemployment pay. Got my degree, but I'm in a warehouse, minimum wage. Gotta go back to this 1-bedroom apartment full of 5 people, but I'm grateful for this couch I'm in. Would've lost more if I ain't sacrificed these summer times, but I was way too hungry for my dreams so I can soon shine. Life's about losing money than stacking new dollars, bruh. Life's about losing loved ones and gaining new ones. The cycle never breaks, you're just the next one to pass on. And if you drop your juice, then pick it up from where you left off. Question my character, I let this pen talk back. Could've been a statistic and just let that crumb clap back. What's sad is that I still am, and it's all because I chose to rap. I'm about to go mania cause I could've quit like way back. Yeah, one day you gon' learn about me, I never had a choice. My dead fam speak through me and that's why I got this poise. Suckers turn their backs on me and that's why I'm making noise. Liars acted in my face and now they decoys. Ask me how I feel, I'm struggling, but I'm overjoyed. Cause I know what I'm about to do next, just think destroy. You soaking game from a young rebel. Cause my brain just passed the semi-automatic level. Clap, reset, reset, reset. We recording?
West Coast pop.
Popping like your mom's chicken grease. You can act like you don't hear me till your skin catch the heat. Battle scars look different in these streets. There's a difference between being defeated and being beat. Ooh, mouthpiece. Ask me where I get it from. Real G's. Eating fake spitters up. Big breeze. Pass the water. If it make it out to 40, then the kid is globetrotter, Face any bull in the ring with an arrow to the neck or my boots to the teeth. That's why the grill skills on T. I hear him feeling the flavor, then that's everything I need. Oh, it's hot now. Bout time, I deliver with the top down. Can't nobody get with me, what you bout now? Is you trying to feed the fam? Cause if not now, you could bow out your plan. Don't lose focus, you itching to get the cream. Keep your circle small, watch everything you see. Don't lose focus, keep my time right behind me. Game stay lacing, it's everywhere around me. You itching to get the cream. Keep your circle small, watch everything you see. Don't lose focus, keep my time right behind me. Game stay laced and it's everywhere around me. Have a seat, oh no. The struggle's still going, boy, I'm moving for sure. Stay sharp on y'all, even when I'm old though. My grandma in her 80s and she still rocks stilettos. Yeah, that's right, I'm the stem and the seed. I break down from scratch and keep it lit front street. They want a laid back technique, I lay back and back slap this pin game to a beat, It's like that, and I'm still on alert. You defecate my name, but you still catch the dirt. My youngins and my OGs, I'm still finna serve. That mac and cheese, collard greens, soul food work. I hear you being petty, trying to monitor my words. You doing all of that, then go and document this verse. I'll never be redundant just to fit into your world. Your ratings mean nothing. Learn to work. Don't lose focus. You itching to get the cream. Keep your circle small, watch everything you see. Don't lose focus. Keep my time right behind me. Game stay lacing, it's everywhere around me. You itching to get the cream. Keep your circle small, watch everything you see. Don't lose focus. Keep my time right behind me. Game stay laced and it's everywhere around me. Peace to all the folks who started grinding with me. And peace to all the fam who shout love to me. Even peace to those who tried to run game on me. But hey, peace if you rock with the last EP. The reset ain't over, boy, it's just getting started. Range is unpredictable, my lane is cold-hearted. Turn my pain to pleasure and it's about to level up. If you at where I'm at, do like Nick, double up. Boy, it's hot now. About time I deliver with the top down. Can't nobody get with me, what you bout now? Is you trying to feed your fam? Cause if not now, you could bow out your plan. Don't lose focus, you itching to get the cream. Keep your circle small, watch everything you see. Don't lose focus, keep my time right behind me. Game stay lacing, it's everywhere around me. You itching to get the cream. Keep your circle small, watch everything you see. Don't lose focus, keep my time right behind me. Game stay laced and it's everywhere around me.
Yeah, we back. It's your boy Skino. That was Don't Lose Focus by Cheyenne G. She just let me know that was the first song she got mixed and mastered. And I just want to let you know that is an amazing first song to get mixed and mastered.
Oh, wait. Okay, let me clarify that actually.
Okay.
I'm sorry. That was the first song that I got mixed and mastered by Sky Thank You.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out to Sky Thank You.
Okay.
But that was that's also the project off of Let Me Go.
Okay.
That's one of the songs off of the Let Me Go project.
Okay.
And so that was like right when I was like in between finding engineers. But yes.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to Sky. Thank you. He one of the hottest artists, engineers that I know.
Yeah.
So I have to ask, what is probably like the best and worst advice you've gotten as a creative? I feel like it's a long list of both, but if you could narrow it down, what would you say would be the best advice maybe that you actually applied and you've seen results?
The best advice that I've gotten as a creative is continue to move with grace. Don't broadcast to people who got you messed up, who got you twisted. Just keep going. Let the work speak for itself. The worst advice that I've ever received was should I keep it a band on here?
Nah, that's definitely what I would want you to do.
If you okay.
You don't gotta necessarily say who said it, but
Yeah, no. If there's somebody who is managing you, then they're supposed to be kind of watching everything that you do, especially including your creative process. And I thoroughly disagree with that. I say that because, you know, when you work with a manager, it's great to have input and be included in their creative process, but they're not supposed to be the director or micromanage your creative process. So that's the worst advice that I've ever received.
Okay.
I've heard that in a few spaces, both directly and indirectly. So, you know, to the artists out there, you know, make sure you stand firm on what you're doing and believe in yourself. And if that person or whoever it is that's working with you and trying to manage you is not respecting your space, you got to dip.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
And not that you need any validation in what you're saying, but that is definitely correct. And I don't like to wear the manager title at all, but as a person that manages artists, you are in collaboration and not necessarily with their creative process, but just their career. So if whatever they want to actually create, as a manager, it's your job to manage that and help them execute their vision. It's not necessarily to babysit them or
Exactly.
even like make sure that they're working, because they have to want it more than you, truthfully. And your job is just to come in and help. As much and as minuscule as that sounds, it's actually a big role. And I feel like a lot of people just overlook the fact that you are here. You are a role player. Like, you're not the entity. Like, we're pushing the brand. The artist is the brand, and you get behind the brand, and it's not your way or the highway.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
If you got a good idea, go ahead and project that idea. But if the artist doesn't want to do it, ultimately they have to live with it. So I feel like the artist always has the final say. Truthfully.
I appreciate that. And
Yeah.
also, you know, another role that, you know, a manager plays that is important, because I'm not trashing managers at all. I just want to be clear about what an artist needs. Is that, you know, when you get into certain spaces and environments, when you tap in with folks, you know, that person is supposed to be trying to, you know, help you figure out how to seal the deal on a relationship with somebody who you want to, you know, stay close to and stay tapped in with. A lot of people are capable of doing that, but other times it's kind of like there's no follow through plan after that. It's just like, you should be doing this, you know, instead of even thinking about, you know, going on tour with so and so. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, there's got to be a plan for everything when you get into those spaces where you feel like you can really build off of that. But yeah.
No, I definitely agree wholeheartedly with you, just as a person that's not an artist. Like, it's not necessarily a separate thing, but it's in collaboration with the career. You know, like, let artists do what they do, because y'all do the best y'all do when y'all are kind of like left alone, or like, because sometimes it's like pain we go through as artists or creatives that you don't understand that.
And a lot of times the creatives don't want to talk to, you know, people who aren't
The
you know,
engineer.
in that space. a lot of times the artists don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, artists keep certain things to themselves, even from people who manage them, or, you know, who are their publicists or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or even a producer, you know, like, there's certain things that artists just want to keep to themselves and they don't want to talk about it. If they talk about it, you'll probably hear it in the music. If not, you'll hear about it when they're not in the, you know, in the creative process moment right now. You know, it could be just a personal thing, but yeah, I stand firm on that. Let the artist be the artist, and let the creativity come naturally in who they work with to execute, you know, the image of that or the sound of that. Like, just, you know, just be a good teammate. You feel me? Like, be a powerhouse team. So
No, that's beautiful. You just recently dropped Checkpoint, the EP. Can you explain the title and even the concept behind that?
yeah, shout out to Sky. Thank you. He also mixed and mastered that joint.
Okay, shout out to Sky.
I'm
man.
telling you, that dude is a problem. Tap in with the Groom Room, man. Tap in. But Checkpoint, it's a project produced by Old Town Soul, and it features Dominique Brashine. That concept came from me kind of having a really difficult year of 2021, the pandemic, and just everything else that was included in that. I lost a lot of friendships. I lost a lot of family members. lost a lot of opportunities, and even through all of that, I still managed to get to a place where I was ready to move forward. I think my mindset that I was at finally reached its final stage, where, you know, if you think about, I'm going to take it way back for a second.
No, you good.
You know that game Crash Bandicoot?
Yes.
That's my game. That's my game. Shout out to my big sister. I also played that game. That was on her PlayStation. But I remember seeing these checkpoints that you would get to when you're navigating the character. And, you know, they would be like X's or checks or something like that. And it's like, I remember how many times it took for me to lose a life, to have to start over, to finally get to this place. And then I remember the moment when I was finally able to excel past that mark, past that checkpoint. And I'm like, man, a lot of people do say life is a game, right? Or sometimes people be like, life isn't a game. But there are games that are influenced by this thing called life that we all are in, trying to navigate through and execute in a, you know, in a successful way for us. So I found myself just looking around in my surroundings, looking at everything that I've endured, and looking at all of the plans that I got set up. And I was just like, you know what, I could do this, but I can't do this in this space no more. I'm glad that I finally got to a point where I'm more comfortable with my sound. I'm more comfortable with my tone. I'm more comfortable with my creative process, to where there are certain things that I don't need anymore. And I'm ready to take it somewhere else. I'm ready to take it to another space or another level. So I symbolize the train tracks as that point, because I spent a lot of time over there. And I was like, you know what, I'm ready to, you know, get to the next one. I'm ready to see what's next after that. Right. So that's checkpoint.
Okay, for sure. That's definitely conceptual.
Yeah. And
so you got a record called My Brush. I want to get into it. I was going through your catalog, and what I do here is I pick the ones that I like.
Thank you.
And My Brush was definitely a one I fucked with.
I appreciate that. You know, I did not think that would have been received well. I did not think that song would be received well, because I don't approach a song like that a lot. But I appreciate it.
No, definitely.
I really do.
Definitely. Let's get into this. My Brush, Cheyenne G.
What the fuck is you doing with this big ass dookie brace in your motherfucking head, bro? Like you about to be on some minute on type shit. You ain't trading from the motherfucking 90s, bro. You ain't even on motherfucking 90s. You was born in the 90s. Nightclubs and shit need to be turning the fuck up, making some real, like, hard ass clapping that shit, bro. Fuck is you, bro? What is you doing on Facebook TV, bro? Don't nobody know what the fuck you is, bro. Short motherfucking 40,
Got myself to where you never look. Some got their head stuck in the gutter, they bout to get shook. I guess some clocks ain't ticking right on top, but where's the crook? That ain't my problem, cause I'm in partner, my time is booked. Blocking out your definition of spawn is your flimsy jab at my arm is about to bring you insomnia. No longer piggybacking, but I'm on the backs of these motherfuckers. Mouth guards in, all I know is the sentence gotta swap down. Shout out to Tiara, now I tip mine to the side. About that time I check on the crown, adjusting the size. I've been asked all my life if I'm a ride or die. They think I breathe to die, that's why I'm riding for my life. Who pulling up needing the IV? Now I'm on my way back to the canvas, that's the concrete ground. Stroking tire marks, turning engines upside down. Suspend my blending and you'll be face down, don't call me proud. Let them know. Get your hands off my fucking brush. Let them know. Get your hands off my fucking brush. Let them know. Get your hands off my fucking brush. Got myself to where you never look. Huh? Again, I said, get your hands off my fucking brush. Again, let them know. Get your hands off my fucking brush. Again, let them know. Get your hands off my fucking brush. I paint the pictures you can never touch. I make this recurrent so you can digest what I'm serving. It's been a long time since you heard me try to switch my colors, I'm curving. Watch out. Your words are working, but it's not in favor what you serving. Let me switch my medium, you lurking. Your thoughts about to be in a murder scene. Respect the palette of the phallus. Rules had to be broken to separate all the malice. I recall some lawmakers needing some fact checking, but you're not ready for that conversation. Back to the ballot, yeah. When the time is right, I'll be stroking with candy paint. I'm good with this hoopty, sorry you cannot relate. I called my name to let you know it's real until we quaint. I'm moving off of happy accidents, no more mistakes. Be careful, brushes are sharper than your average dagger. Hold it for a while, you'll be staggered. Be a while for you gather any amount of your weight on this situation. I greet your salt to the face like it's rain, so what you think you doing with your hatred? Dancing circles round them, come correct or y'all get dog walked in. Miles ahead, I'm talking brass to the shit. Something in the water, but your palate ain't shit. Oh, shit. So get your hands off my fucking brush. Get your hands off my fucking brush. Get your hands off my fucking brush. I paint the pictures you can never touch.
Oh my goodness. You see, that's what happens when you call yourself trying to know everything about a certain somebody. But then again, you probably will never understand. Nor will you understand my concepts, but that's fine. I don't expect everybody to understand my concepts. This is my art. And you heard her say it before, I'm sensitive about my shit. But I'ma still keep going. I'ma still keep going.
Visions of a dreamer, throwing them off on me mugs till they're called as disbelievers. Not in that world again unless I'm safe from misperceivers. Can't find my way out if I stuck with leave it to beavers. Like oh so, like oh no, was she about to preach about her foes? Don't worry about it, I just dilute them into my flows. Young Osmosis Jones under her own control, never again to be exposed. Now if I said I'm out this world, couldn't connect with anybody if I'm trying to be heard. My full senses and visions blur. Now that homie good, use of this oxygen has undeniable worth. Move from being understood, tired of being overlooked. Now should I give him a minute? Look down upon like there was never once upon a time. Matter of fact, once upon a rhyme can change it all in due time.
Yes, in due time. A young prime on the way to find a light.
Not all.
In a world that told her it wasn't bright enough.
Not all problems solved, but revive the hands of time. No need to turn their back. Lashed on these fools like I lyrically went to the F-Jack. But no material, girl. And diamonds ain't forever compared to all the tears in the world. Still abandoned in the hood's concrete streets of my verbs, and that's work. Now let's see if the same people who were hurt will still be in the same position, or would they reign over stupid parades with a mission. Blah. Off with the head of a clown now. Somehow everybody's head got the crown, everybody bows. Never worry looking below, not even in the next life you'll see paper thin domes. I come from where you can't easily just ease down the road. Too many peeps with dreams that never make it off the block, but that momentum is never slow, and it's never something new. Never seen so many colors in a world so blue, and you don't hear that phrase for nothing. If you do, then it's cool. I'm giving you a warm welcome to the craziest view, where life can suddenly get swallowed but could barely get chewed. And I'm the product of the poison that you see on the news, or it's the other way around. It's normal to get confused. Yeah, this the part where some people expected me to discontinue that unplug. Done in all ways of bliss statues. Hard to navigate reflections if there's nobody to match you.
So they say run. Young child, never to be found. Young rebel.
I used my rebellion to starve the negative energy. Went from being full of themselves to disruptive colonoscopies. Wonder how they feel about that checkup. Feeling messed up cause I upset the setup. Knock on my blockade, that's what you wake up. Wait a way up with little power you thought you had, now fess up. Cause I ain't never fed up when it comes to this love. And I know I'm not the only one who thinks this natural rhythm.
Keep it going. Who thinks this natural rhythm? What's up?
This is my equation. Thank you for your patience. It took me some pages, and it led me right here. Too good to be wasted. Why else am I pacing? I am making my math clear.
Oligarchy, fight to freedom, leave us starving. Retaliation, many referring back to Garvey. My heartbeat, off the grid, yeah, even from Starsky. Can't mark me, turn my scars into a sleeve of tragic artist. You tried to harm me, got you disarming. Watching the clowns to prove they're charming. Still got their time is hardly. Short-lived trend game disheartening. This here is just not sorry. Watch your map, there's no carding, only cards pulled to warn me. Choose your calls wisely, be swarming. I spy many capping now, gotta sit with what you started. starting. Been told the same, but nothing about that seems oddly. Compact disc out the oven got me hungry. Found out how to flip 'em, now your girl is out here farming. Ammo never empty, boy, I stay rearming. Heavy rotation, big laundry. Welcome to my housewarming.
This is my equation. Thank you for your patience. It took me some pages, and it led me right here. Too good to be wasted. Why else am I pacing? I am making my math clear.
Dilla equals donuts equals scrapers, do the math. This a young and OG soaking game and giving it back. Shallow boys just want the 10 digits to give them back. Can't act like you can't handle a sequence, Catherine Crafts. Data of the figures, but the art's no longer hidden. Warning, stop going out to those who chose to go missing. All my compounds are in progress, you can fail to listen. But if you come back around, these entry doors have restrictions. Type of game painted out of joy and pain. Listen to Frankie's voice, navigate or leave the maze. Working on it isn't an option, it's called survive. Many born with order, our operations assigned. Usually no questions, but today the envelopes are better pushed for better lessons. And that is where I'm stepping, expansion manifested. I see what's out there waiting. It's cool if I don't see you, just don't act like I ain't say this shit.
This is my equation. Thank you for your patience. It took me some pages, and it led me right here. Too good to be wasted. Why else am I pacing? I am making my math clear.
Dilla equals donuts equals scrapers, do the math. This a young and OG soaking game and giving it back. Dilla equals donuts equals scrapers, do the math. Math. Dilla equals donuts equals scrapers, do the math. This a young.
We back. Free Play Radio. That was Do the Math from Cheyenne G featuring Dominique Brichon. That was a beautiful record.
Thank you. I love that song.
So I definitely want to just thank you for pulling up. I know you're into poetry.
Mm-hmm.
I have to ask, how do you apply that to writing your raps?
It starts from reading poetry books. I remember the first poetry book, one of the first poetry books that I read was The Rose That Grew from the Concrete. I mean, man, I know I'm not the only one who really felt something from that. That was something that definitely really introduced me to the love of poetry. You know, reading Nikki Giovanni, you know, just reading so many dope poets, and I grew up in a space where I was around a lot of poets too. You know, going to open mics, going to poetry slams. You know, having people in my family who are also poets. You feel me? Just showing me how to really like break down those concepts. I've taken classes in high school. I've taken classes in college. You know, I've learned from people who have time under their belts. You know, it's something that you just can't escape. Like, you can't say that there isn't poetry and rap. Like, you can't say that they can't coexist. So the way that I approach it is like, sometimes I would approach it like a poem. Sometimes I'll write it out, and then I find myself being able to throw some rhymes in there. And then it goes from a poem to a whole song, or even I can perform some of my pieces or some of my songs like poems. I like to do that too, where there's a duality in there. You can deliver it either way, you know. So yeah,
for sure. Well, I don't know if you know, but when you come to Free Play Radio, you got to be prepared to spit something. You down to spit something for us today?
I am.
For sure. So before you get going, let the people know where they can follow you, where they can stream your music.
You can stream my music on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, wherever you like to stream your music. Deezer. Do people listen to Deezer?
I don't. Somebody do.
Yeah, Amazon Music, all of those. Like, you know, you use the Linktree links, and then it just shows all the platforms where your music is available. It's all of those.
Yeah.
CheyenneGmusic.com, at Cheyenne_G, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I'm old, so I'm new to TikTok.
Okay.
Just, you know, posting posting some rap clips. So
Okay,
yeah.
okay, for sure. Well, let's get into it.
Okay.
Cheyenne G, she about to spit something for us.
Yeah. This that, this that, this that, this that, this that. Airtime, one time for your mind. Let me know. Let me show you how I get on my grind. Back to opening eyes. I got something for that. I'm attacking like a thriller. Got you dancing in the rain or in the dark. There's no mention of it. When I start or where I start, I come through like somebody on a pedestal. But I rip them off and let them know that this is something for everybody. Wherever you want to go, just know I'm here, repping for everybody. Back to opening eyes, cause distraction could be a thriller. I got something for that, rhythm attack, filling up these pillars. Nothing is an option, nothing is an option for me. Whenever I speak, I gotta bring the heat like hot combs on the stove. When your mama tryna press them edges down, then they mess around and get shot back up when you in the sun, cause that heat will never escape anyone. This is Cheyenne and I'm trying to bring a special message to everybody who think they are discouraged cause somebody told them that they couldn't do it. I'm here to tell you and you gotta listen to it, cause no matter what you do, no matter where you go, somebody always gonna be right there trying to tell you no. You gotta take that no and flip it to a oh. Flip it into a own, because that's how you gonna run the show. You gotta run the show like you on some train tracks or on the track trying to run those marathon laps and run all them plays like you on some turntables just scratching like a DJ. Shout out to my bro on the left because he stay on. He really value music cause that's how you get put on, but you also get put on by breaking bread with your homies. And if you don't do that, then homie, you a phony. Let me talk to him. I gotta talk to him like I'm in a vibraphone, or matter of fact, like I'm in a freaking pager phone, trying to beat like, yo, we on. Hey. What time we gotta go? Where we gotta hit these spots up to let them know we trying to bring these things back to the scene like we don't know where else to be. Just young rebels looking for a spot to eat. Let me bring this in one more time and bring it to the end, because we about to wrap this up like some wraps around my fist, and I'm about to put the glove on and hit them shits.
Hey.
I am not a boxer, but trust me, I know how to box though. I got the people in my family who show me how to roll with the punches. When you down on your feet, on your back, sometimes you gotta lay down on your stomach thinking about where you been at, or where you going, or where you ain't trying to go, or where you haven't been yet. People look down and you overlook that because they overstepped you and tried to overstep your boundaries. But I'm here to let you know that that ain't no boundaries that you should even worry about. I'm here to let you know that I am about all of that good talking, that good poetry, street walking. But matter of fact, this is the story of a young person trying to get her voice heard. Cause I came up out them herds. This is Cheyenne G, spitting on your stereo. Shout outs to all in radio. Stay scheming.
Oh yeah.
Stay scheming, man. But scheme off the cream, cause you know I'm breathing.
Keep going.
You know I get the cream though.
Let's get it.
Killing it like your boy Skeen though.
Oh yeah, come on, man.
But I ain't trying to keep the cream at a high level or even let them know how much I'm getting though.
Oh yeah.
I'm just spitting whatever though. Cause I'm just really with that soul flow.
Okay.
Shout out to Honey Gold. I'm with that gold soul.
Okay.
And if you ain't know, homie, now you know.
Oh yeah, let's get it. Let's get it. Cheyenne G, I want to thank you for pulling up and having this wonderful conversation. I'm definitely going to have to invite you back eventually, because I know you have a lot more story to you. I know it's a lot more to you, a lot more layers. Tell the people again where they can find you, and you know, if you got any shout outs that you want to do to somebody special, feel free.
Shout out to my sister Shariq LeMay. She just had a birthday yesterday. LeMay Day.
Happy birthday.
Birthday to my sis. That's the one who CDs I've been stealing them all my life. Shout out to everybody who I've ever crossed paths with. Shout out to all the Bay Area artists. I see something happening out here, and we will get to where we want to be, period. Shout out to all my OGs. Rest in peace to my granny, Anita. It's going on a year since I lost her, and that was one of those pivotal moments in my life that I've encountered.
Yeah, rest in peace.
And yeah, shout outs to Free Play Radio. Thank you. Thank you, Skino, for having me.
Of course.
Checkpoint EP out now on all platforms. Check out my YouTube. I got 2 new videos out, My Brush and No Fools in April. And I got more coming soon. And I also got a gig on May 10th. So
where the gig at on May 10th?
I believe it's going to be at Lake Meredith for 510 Day.
Okay,
so
for sure.
Stay tapped in with me. I'm going to get you those details soon.
Oh, yeah. Shout out All In Radio. We got Gary Archer, the legend, coming up next. We about to get into one more record from Cheyenne G. It's called From Now On, off her EP, The Reset.
Yes, run it back.
Let's get it.
Hey, Shy, where the heat at?
Reset.
Ayo, Moneymaker, run that bell.
If I don't do nothing else right, I bet I will with living. I'm glad I took the risk I took, or else I would be slipping. Sometimes I feel like everybody's target, but they missing. But only time will tell how long they clips were empty. Got myself to where you never look. Some got their head stuck in the gutter, they bout to get shook. I guess some clocks ain't ticking right on top, but where's the crook? That ain't my problem, cause I'm in partner, my time is booked. Blocking out your definition of spawn is your flimsy jab at my arm is about to bring you insomnia. No longer piggybacking, but I'm on the backs of these motherfuckers. Mouth guards in, all I know is descendants gotta swap down. Shout out to Tiara, now I tip mine to the side. About that time I check on the crown, adjusting the size. I've been asked all my life if I'm a ride or die. They think I breathe to die, that's why I'm riding for my life. Who pulling up needing the IV? Now I'm on my way back to the canvas, that's the concrete ground. Stroking tire marks, turning engines upside down. Suspend my blending and you'll be face down, don't call me proud. Let them know. Get your hands off my fucking brush. Let them know. Get your hands off my fucking brush. Let them know. Get your hands off my fucking brush. Got myself to where you never look. Huh? I said, get your hands off my fucking brush. Again, let them know. Get your hands off my fucking brush. Again, let them know. Get your hands off my fucking brush. I paint the pictures you can never touch. I make this recurrent so you can digest what I'm serving. It's been a long time since you heard me try to switch my colors, I'm curving. Watch out. Your words are working, but it's not in favor what you serving. Let me switch my medium, you lurking. Your thoughts about to be in the murder scene. Respect the palette of the phallus.